Hello, hello. Ta-da! Newbies, new stuff for us tonight, which 72 hours afterwards of them being launched on TV, they were actually here at 3 o'clock because that was the 72 hours after launch, and a few people have found them. So well done to you. But these are the lovely Silent Night and Let It Snow dies. Yeah, big sentiments, but with snowflakes. I love these snowflakes, and I have already pre-cut some of the snowflakes, but I've left some of them in there a bit because I just wanted to show you how easy they were to take out. So these are available over on the maximumcraft.com website as either individuals, one or t'other, or at a special price for them both. I'm going to make a card using the Silent Night today, but the Let It Snow would have been just as adequate as that. I'm also using the Deer Scenes. Just bring in the packet that again. The Deer Scenes 2022, and I have some more of those available as well. And I've done a sort of a mix and match because I think this is, if Carol is watching, which I expect she probably is, this is actually plan C. Plan A was one, then I had a plan B, and then as it started to evolve, I've gone into a plan C and could it end up with a plan D or E by the time we finish. So without further ado, we are going to take our dies. Now, the dies come, as I said, with one single sentiment with the snowflakes already attached, plus 3 individual snowflakes, all the same size and all the same pattern. And so that gives you a total of 4 dies in each. Okay, so I've cut out some of the snowflakes already, but I just wanted to show you. So I have got the 2, and so I'm able to cut out 6 snowflakes all in one go. And as you can see, they just literally, I've laid them onto a piece of coconut white card, and then I'm just going to push them out. There's no fiddling about with a pokey tool, of which you know what I'm like, probably couldn't find it anyway. But they just cut out so beautifully, and they're real snowflakes. I know that sounds potentially a little bit daft, but they are real snowflakes. So I've cut 12. So 2 lots from the whole set, but obviously you can cut as many as you like. But I thought I'd go for 12 because I'd rather have too many than not enough on this particular card. So I've got 12 snowflakes sitting there. They are approximately 1 inch in diameter, something like that, but very, very pretty. So I'm then going to take my Silent Night itself and a bit of card. And I think I'm going to cut a smaller piece than I need rather than put the whole sheet through, and cut out some of that. So I'm going to go that way down so that it goes through my machine like that, and see how well this cuts out. So let's just pop this through. Oh, need to get it in the machine to start off with. So yeah, it's a very pretty design. Liking this a lot. Gone for a bit of a different look here. So, oh, stuck to my the back of my plate. So as you can see, now there are a few bits here that I need to poke out, and I think I'm going to do 2. Give it that little bit of substance, but as again you can see that it cuts out beautifully. Very, very pretty, and because it has got the snowflake sort of as part of the design, it does give it that bit of stability. But I'm going to do one on top of another because I think that'll be even better. So I'm just going to pop that onto there and put that through as well. And then I'll show you the actual die set. So I've got my Deer Scenes here, which is one of the single ones from the 2022 set. There are trees and other deers and all sorts in that one, but that's the one that I wanted to use, so just that. And I'm going to again, I'm going to bash this. Thought that might take some of it out. And I'm going to cut out, there you go, some of that. So it cuts out beautifully, as all of the dyes do, but it just cuts out so well. So how is this storm coping with everybody? Claudio, I understand it is, or something like that over here at the moment. God, blimey. You just get knocked off your feet the minute you walk outside our front door. Although we have had worse, I know, but gosh. And I understand it's still for a few more days yet. But there again, being completely selfish, it was perfectly all right for our wedding at the weekend. So, well, not our wedding, but you know what I mean. The wedding that I went to. So that is good. So I'm going to assemble all the elements here first. So I've got my two silent nights, one on top of each other. I've got all my snowflakes. So that's all I've got just from one die set there. Then this little beauty, I'm going to just place into position and chop that out. Then we'll probably have all the elements that we need, apart from the ones that I've already done. So bear with me. Yeah, it's gone up north a bit, isn't it? Oh my goodness. I had to laugh on our local Facebook group yesterday, because we had the storm yesterday as well. There was a post saying that someone would like to do a swap. They've got a trampoline that's in their garden, which never was, but they've lost their, I don't know what it was now. They've lost something instead. And maybe if the person that's got, if they've got someone's trampoline and the other person's got their bit, it would work out well. So I'm just going to come in at a sort of continue on along those lines and just meet up with that other one so that we've got that longer view, because I want a slightly longer piece with the deers there. Because I'm going to put it behind a frame. So I need to, that's better. And I'll bring in what I've done in order to put this all together. So what I've done is, first of all, I'm going to be working with an 8x8 card blank, and I've taken some of this gorgeous paper, which will be on offer for you in the next few days. It's a wooden effect paper. It's double-sided because you've got two different colorways. So I've got like a brownie color that way, but this one with a bit of a blue tinge to it, I rather liked. And I felt it would look good if I mixed it up with this colour. Thought, this is going to look quite good. Doesn't actually, it's more of a greeny blue if I was to look at it in real life. So subsequently, I'll show you that in a second. What I did first with this one is I took, so it should look like that, but I felt it needed a bit more snow on it. So what I did was I took some pink multi-surface paint, so it's like an acrylic paint. I put a little tiny bit onto an acrylic block and then added a little drop of water, gave it a mix around, picked it up with my paintbrush, and then just splattered it all over. So I've had to leave a chance for that to dry a bit. Didn't take very long, but I thought I would give it a chance. And as I said, this was going to be card A, and then we went on to card B, and this is now C, and it's back again because it wasn't. So I'm going to just trim that down so that it fits into my card blank there. My card is 20 centimetres by 20 centimetres. So I'm going to make this one, let's bring in this. first to double check, because I think I'm going to make it 19 by 19. I want to make sure that that fits in all right. No, so it's going to have to be just a fraction over. It's going to have to be about 19, just under 19 and a half. So that's what I'm going to go for. Just under 19 and a half. So that it will fit onto my blank at the back. I'm going to make it a top folding, so let's find out where that is. So that's my crease, my fold, that's my top folding card, and that one is going to go into the centre there. Then I've made my frame, and this time I've done it a little bit different. So I've got not the white on the outside, I've got the white just on the inner piece there, and it's fractionally showing my background piece of paper, but only slightly, just a little bit. Then I'm going to put my deer in there like that, down the bottom, and then my Silent Night on the top, 2 of those, and then some snowflakes around the side. I think it's going to look quite good, don't you? So let's assemble it. So I'm going to pop this piece on first. So this is going to go onto my base, card base. Like so. Not a right and a wrong way. I think that's the card. I'm sorry, the paper pack is just lovely for this sort of not having to do very much to the background. Thought that was a good plan. So I'm going to pop that to one side. Then I'm going to bring in my frame, and I'm going to put a bit of glue onto here. And of course we will put some foam onto it as well. But for now, we're just going to pop that onto there. And I'm just offsetting it so that it's poking. Let's try and straighten it up. So that we've got, whoops, just that little white frame that's showing just in the middle, not on the outside. You usually do one on all of that, but no, this time just on the outside. And that chance to set, grab some foam, of course, just put that on here to give that a nice base. Oops. So a Christmas card, obviously, but not one of your traditional sort of colours, perhaps. But for those of you that have already signed on to the John Lockwood's online workshop with me for the 26th of November, oh my goodness, have you got a treat in store? The card that John is going to do with us is just beautiful. And if you want to have a card that is so simple to achieve and yet so stunning, then I do hope that you're going to join us on that day. There are a few places left, but they will be sort of a case of first come, first serve with them, because I know how popular that one is. So I've popped some foam onto the back there. Okay, now we're going to want to put our deer in there, and I think that we can probably do it very roughly. If I get I don't want to overdo it. Down to about there, I think. So if I get my guillotine and just cut there, that should be without any problem, I hope. Put one down there. Slither. across there. And this is only roughly, and it's going to be hidden. And if the worst comes to the worst, I have got another bit there that if I needed to, I could actually do that as well. So, but hopefully it will be like that. So when I take my foam off of the back, I can then just slot that onto it as well, and no one would know that it wasn't sort of stuck down like that. So that's all ready to go. Now let's do the assembly of my Silent Night, just so that that's all ready to go. You could, of course, pop some glitter onto this, being that it's snowflakes, it does tend to lend itself to the glitter. And yes, I'm putting this on the front of this sentiment because I'm going to stick my second Silent Night absolutely straight on top of it. So just makes it, I don't know why it makes it easier, but it does for me. So I'm going to pop that down there. I'm going to line up the snowflake down in this corner first, and then hopefully, having lined that up, the rest of it pretty much finds its own way without too much difficulty. Like so. So you've got now, with 2 layers, third one would probably be good as well, but you've got that sturdiness now of that very, very pretty. Liking it. So bringing in my background here again, I'm going to first of all take off my tape and put a bit of glue onto it as well, so that it gives it an extra chance to stay stuck, but also because I want to add my deer scene to it. Let's just bring in all these bits. So yes, we've got the online workshop with John held via Zoom, which is brilliant because then we can actually talk to him. We can type like you can here today, but it's much nicer to actually be physically able to talk to him and each other. So if you would like to join us, that's all over on the website as well. Now let's see where we're going, down the bottom here. And I've also got 3 more places left on the workshop that is with me on the 12th of November. So if anyone's interested in doing that, that is also online on the Zoom. Now before I pop that on there, I should have done that first, shouldn't I? Because I want that about there. So I can pick that up, pop that one in, and then add a little bit more glue to the back of that, just to add it to my card front. So that's going to go on. As I said, if you could see this in real life, this colour is sort of like a teal type colour because it's picked up this colour that's on the background of my background, which I'm rather liking. So that's going to go there. That is going to go on there in a moment, but in the meantime, I'm also going to add some of my snowflakes around the edge. Now, however, I don't want to add them in a sort of uniform way. I don't want to add them so that they're all square all the way around. I want to add them randomly. So some of them are going to hang over the edge slightly, and some of them are going to go slightly into the inner edge. You see what I mean by that? Rather than like soldiers, because I prefer it to not be like soldiers. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue on the center only of my snowflake and just add that up there. Center only again, don't want them to be flat. And then that one's coming inside here. Now, obviously, as you go down, you don't want to go too far over the edge of your actual white card, because when you put it into the envelope, you're not going to be able to get it in. So do bear that in mind as you're going down, but just rather than regimentally all over the edge. You can be, some can be right in the middle, obviously. But I just think it looks nice to have them a bit more random. What do you reckon? Do you reckon that we're getting there? Do you like what you're seeing? Whoops. So I've got one to go over the edge there. How many have we got on now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. 9. Not sure whether I want it all the way around. Can't decide. Hold on. 10. Not sure whether I want it down the bottom or not. What do we think about that? Do we think that it should go down the bottom as well? I think it probably should, shouldn't it? But maybe we need to do one extra snowflake. I think we do. I think we need to do one extra snowflake. So let's just do that. No point in skimping, is there? So we've got that, and I'll tell you what, now this might be quite random, so bear with me. I'm not sure whether I want this or not. I'm going to run through a silent night in the teal sort of colour as well. I'm not quite sure whether I want it or not. So let's just have a look. So that was from the centre. That extra teal piece was from the centre of that square frame that I've cut out there. And I'm thinking of putting it on as a shadow. I'm not quite sure. So let's see. Let's see where we'll go with it. So someone was asking about why was this on at 3 o'clock, a bit early. It literally is 72 hours after the shows where these items are released is when I can have it. So if the shows are at 9 o'clock, I can release it 72 hours later at 9 o'clock on whatever 72 hours later is. And this one, the show was at 3 o'clock. So subsequently, I could do that. And if it's at 6 o'clock, it's 6 o'clock is showtime. So it does vary. It does vary. These little ones got caught up in here. So I think we just needed one more, really. One of those. Scoop these little bits out and see what we think about that sentiment. Now I'm thinking of putting the sentiment so that it is a slight shadow, so that it shows up a little bit more. I think that looks a bit better, doesn't it? And it's just showing a little sentiment. So let's pop the rest of these snowflakes on down the bottom here. That one there. Bearing in mind, of course, that I don't want anything too low. That means that when the card's open, it's going to catch. Okay. So I'm just going to... I'm going to put some glue onto the back of this one because I want it to be offset. So this will end up as 3 layers, but one of them will be the shadow. And I think that that little shadow is just enough to give it an emphasis. and it's a nice size. It's probably about 4 inches or so. That's a really nice statement as such for the centre, which I like that now and again, to have a big sentiment. Not quite so much on there as I've got. So I'm going to hover that over the top, but I'm wanting it to not line up. I'm wanting to be able to see it behind, but at the same time, I don't want it so that it looks as if I need psychedelic glasses on. So that it just shows like that, but gives a bit of a shadow there, which you can probably see better if I put it like that. Okay, then simply going to pop some glue onto the back of all of those 3 and then put it into our centre. So the dies that I have used today have been the brand new Let It Snow and Silent Night Snowflake sentiments. The one that I've actually used is the Silent Night, but the Snowflake Let It, I was going to say Let It Be, Let It Snow is similar size and everything, and it's got the extra snowflakes as well. So they go together really, really well. And they are quite a decent size, so they're really nice as a statement piece. If you go over to John next door's Facebook group, you'll see quite a lot of the other samples that the angels have made. So they are nice to have a look at as well. Oh, and just in case, the craft cave, which is usually follows me at 7, is now tomorrow at, now did I see 6? I might have seen 6. I'm not sure. You'll have to check that out if you're someone that likes to go over there and have a look at that. Now, this was plan C, and I've now even gone to a plan E in my mind. It might be wrong. Plan E. I need some jewels. I need some little gems. I just think that the snowflakes need a little gem. What do you think? So this is now plan D. I told you that we might get to a plan D. So I'm going to put a little dob of glue, but not do too much, otherwise I'll... What size do we want? I want about that size, I think. That size. Yeah. I think that fits in rather nicely. Oops. I need a new tip on here. I think I need a new tip. I think that just, what do you think? I think that just finishes that off with a little bit of glitter in the centre there. And I've just added that extra little bit of glue. I will, someone else is asking about the background. I will do one of the backgrounds, not today, but I will do one of the backgrounds so you can see how we achieved that. A really, really simple, trying to find the right sizes, really simple design there, which I think fits in quite well with everything. Just 2 more here, and I am going to do the snowflakes in the centre there as well, because I can, because it's Wednesday, and you can do what you like on Wednesdays at 6 o'clock, I reckon. So that's going to be, oh, that's going to be a smaller one because we've only got a small one there. These ones are going to be big. Oh, oh, it's got the sticky bit showing. There. There you go, all sparkly. Do you like it? Julie says, will I be stocking the new Distress Ink Lumberjack? Yes, that will be with me on Friday. Yes, Nicola, I quite agree with what you're saying. But there you go. Everything is exclusive to them for 72 hours only. So yeah. Hold on, just check in. Yeah. Yes, I think, thank you, June. I think that the gems sort of finish it off as well. Gives it that little bit of a sparkle, but without detracting from everything else, really. So I shall take a photograph of that, put that over up on there for you to all have a look. And if you would like any of the dies that I've been showing you today, they will be available, or are available now, over on the maximumcraft.com website. And that is for the Silent Night, which I've used here today, but also for the Let It Snow, which is in the same format as well. And if you haven't got them, there are just a few more of, oh, bang, bullet, the gorgeous deer scenes. And if you haven't got them, do go and get them, because there are just a very few left of them. So I hope you've enjoyed the cards that I've done today. I have enjoyed making it for you. That's my sort of card, if you see what I mean. I do like that. So thank you very much for joining me. I shall be back on Sunday with the card kit for this month. Now, talking of showstoppers, that's another one. It's an absolute bargain. It is something where it's all cut out, ready for you to go, and I think you're going to like it. Now, whoever just said not a lot, shush, because that's not, you will like it. You will like it. No, it's a really nice one. So I hope that you're able to join me on Sunday at 11. And I'll be back again next Wednesday if you're not here on Sunday. But don't forget, sign up to be notified. Sign up as a subscriber to our Maximum Craft YouTube channel, because you will get there to see all the hundreds, literally, of videos. 2 new ones added most weeks, and then they're there forevermore for you to be able to see. So lots of different choice for you. Okay, so thank you so much. Have a great few days. Don't get too windswept, and I will see you very, very soon. Take care till then. Bye-bye.